Guess who was granted permission to speak to the Bucks? Yes, yes, this is happening. This is happening. The Milwaukee Bucks are meeting Jay Crowder in a new development. The Suns have been granted permission to meet with Jay Crowder. The Suns have granted the Bucks permission to meet with Jay Crowder. I said that weird. Yeah, I said that weird. I said that weird, and I realized I said it weird. The Suns have given permission to the Milwaukee Bucks to meet with Jay Crowder. This is from The Athletic. The Bucks are believed to be the only team that has received permission to visit one-on-one with Crowder. Those sources have also indicated multiple teams, including the Miami Heat and the Hawks, remain interested in Jay Crowder, who is seen by championship contending teams as a fortifying acquisition at the trade deadline. Now, both the Suns and Bucks have had serious engagements about this. We talked about this here on the NBA show. We talked about it on my personal channel, that there was a proposal that they put out there, and they just told the Suns, this is the offer, take it or leave it. We're not improving it. And I looked at the salary caps, I looked at everything, and I said that deal had to be Jordan Nwora, George Hill, and Serge Ibaka, because Serge Ibaka about a week and a half ago was granted, to be away from the team until they find him a trade. And I said they probably would throw in a second-round pick, nothing more, nothing less. And why would they do that? George Hill's their fourth, guard at this point. Jordan Nwora, they signed him to an extension. He's tradable now. He's got another year on his extension. So the Suns kind of look at him as a reclamation project, because it's not like he's a bust or anything. He was a second-round pick who showed flashes but then became unplayable in the playoffs. So you can't play Jordan Nwora in the playoffs. He's somebody that's just going to take a little bit more time. And with that being said, I think, sending him to the Suns could use him because they need some, backup wings. And losing Jay Crowder, he helps. And then Serge Ibaka, now they have Bismack Biyombo and Jock Landale. And if one of those two guys get hurt behind DeAndre Ayton, you have a fourth big in Serge Ibaka. And right now the Bucks are allegedly searching for a third team to provide Phoenix with a forward. So what comes now, we don't know. But with that being said, when I think of that, I'm like, oh, they probably are cool with George Hill, maybe Jordan Nwora, but they probably don't want Ibaka, or maybe they don't even want Jordan Nwora because they realize we can't play in the playoffs. So they're calling up the Phoenix Suns, and they're like, they're calling up the Phoenix Suns, and they're like, hey, we want to do this deal, but I know you guys don't want Nwora, so let's call up the Rockets. The Rockets really like young guys, so maybe Rockets are like, oh, Jordan Nwora could be become the vet in the room, who's 23, 24. Maybe we can say, here's Ibaka and Nwora, and we send them all 6 second-round picks, and they send us Jae'Sean Tate to the Suns, something like that. That's just me speaking into the dark. What do you think?
Yeah, Jay Crowder on the Bucks works for me.
Would you like you're somewhat of a Rockets fan? Would you like Jordan Nwora on the Rockets? He'd be an older guy in the room. He has playoff experience. If you lost Jae'Sean Tate,
he's not very old.
I know, but he's 3 years in the league now, or 2 years in the league. With I know, but with playoff basketball experience, he would be one of the only young guys on the Rockets to have playoff experience. I know. Obviously,
enticing.
But Jordan Nwora is over here. He's 24. He's been in the league since 2020. This is his third season. He's won a championship.
Yeah, I it's interesting. I'm not opposed to it, but I'm not, ready to give up valuable asset.
1 second. Oh, so what team would be your third team?
I have no idea. For Jordan Nwora?
Yeah. Who would you find as the third team? Would you call up the Utah Jazz?
Well, why isn't he going to the Suns?
Who? Oh, because the Suns want a third team. I guess they don't want Jordan Nwora or Serge Ibaka. They're
okay, that makes sense. Because Serge would be nice in the locker room, but I don't think Jordan Nwora. I don't think Phoenix is a good spot for him. Man, I can't think of too many teams right now, but maybe a squad like Toronto, if they do decide to take a different approach. Maybe a team like Utah could be interested, or maybe a team like the Thunder could be interested. Probably a younger rising team.
Yeah, I think it has to be a young rising team. And I think right here, when you look at it, I just think this is a deal that I don't think there should be a third team. If there's anything that you look at this deal, I think the deal's good. I think the Suns, if they're being a little hesitant on the deal, as for, they offered 4 second-round picks for Eric Gordon. Maybe ask for an extra second round. I'm not going to say ask for 4 second-round picks for Jay Crowder, but maybe ask for 1 or 2 and keep the deal the same, because I think you get a forward in Jordan Nwora, and you also get yourself a guard in George Hill, who's not actually terrible. Also, did you know? Okay, Jordan Nwara's dad, I believe it is. Yeah, Jordan Nwara's dad is the coach. Is like a college basketball coach too. So I'm actually a huge fan of Jordan Nwara. He's a community college basketball coach for the last 24 years.
Cool.
Yeah, same community college for 24 years. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And he also, I guess he is the head coach of the Nigerian. He was the head coach of the Nigerian basketball team. And now, yeah, that's pretty cool. So I think it's something that could work out for both parties. I don't know. But let's move over. Guess who's on we have to do our